The biggest problem with this, once you're labeled any type of mental illness or you're pushed into the system, the people that seem to be running the system are the people who don't understand. They don't get it. So a movie like the Joker movie, I completely get it. I come from the other side. The girl who was severely abused for so long, was blessed enough to have the opportunity to educate herself and find support. However, the loneliness and that feeling remains the same, because the reality is you can be pushed so far, and it doesn't matter what you have. If you don't have love, you don't have anything. And the people that weren't blessed enough to be surrounded by love or shown that there is love that exists in the world only feel hate. And if you just continue to push medication on them, treat them as if they're not equal, treat them as if they're a less than, you'll never understand their pain. And that's where the doctors and the hospitals and the system is lacking. It totally is. Why should, let's take a movie like The Joker. So you'll have 3 wealthy men who beat the shit out of some person, and then their deaths are put all over the news and all over the media as if they're, that it's something. But the reality is, if you look at that story, he was in defending himself and killing those guys, and you snap, you have a gun, like, he would have been left to die and he would have been forgotten. And why should those guys be praised or recognized? They shouldn't. And that's where the imbalance of this system is, and I completely get it. And there's so many deeper levels to these things, and that's the unfortunate part about it, because if you've never lived your life in true loneliness and true pain and true suffering, I'm sorry, but you no longer get an opinion. You don't, because you don't get it. And your judgments and what you, it's not right. I know what it's like to suffer so deeply and this type of pain, and that's why I can relate to all types of people. All types of people. I get why they did those things, and that is why I'm speaking up for them. It doesn't mean what those things are right, because it's not. I just get why they did it, and then you have to suffer the consequences for it. You suffer those consequences, you pay your dues, and you learn, and that's the point. That is the point. I'm so angry with things, and I want to rip off the TV from the wall, and it's not working and all that. I'm not going to, because I can think through the consequences. But sometimes when we snap, we can't think through those consequences because the pain's too deep. And that's when our brain and our body are in 2 different places. And that's what, can look like a seizure, or can look like, a person's just, off the rails or whatever. But what I found is that medication just numbs that. And most people aren't willing to go into their pain. Most people are not willing to walk into that type of pain and say, I am going to face this pain. I am going to relive this pain. I'm going to do it over and over again. And I made decision that was what I was going to do. I was going to walk into the pain. I was going to relive it. I knew I was going to do that anyway. I just didn't expect our system to be as broken as it was. Everybody talks about how broken the system is. I have to be the girl to prove it, because I know I have been the victim. I have never put anybody in this positions that they've put me in. I'm human, so of course I've been imperfect. However, now that I've got my memory back, I had a chance to really reflect on the type of person that I am and the things that I've done over the years, and I can honestly say I've always had good intentions. I actually can say that with full confidence. And they broke me down to nothing. And I see how they bully, mistreat people, abuse people, mainly because they have no idea what it's like to be on the other side of suffering. So why, because somebody went to school and got a piece of paper and some education and a certificate, are they allowed to have power and ruin people's lives? That's a complete imbalance. it's a complete imbalance that needs to change. I am completely exhausted, but I'm stronger than I was because I can have these conversations and I can say these things now without crying. But I had to do that, and you get through the embarrassment when you post it, because you can hear things that people are saying, basically because you just know, like you know that that's what it is, because there's always going to be multiple sides to stories, but you can always have a clear divide, because you're going to either have people, when you put your stake in the ground and you say, this is who I am and this is the message I'm sending out, I'm either going to attract you into my orbit, or I'm going to push you, or I'm going to repel you. And the truth is, you should want to repel the people that don't love or care about you. You really should. But the problem is, you can only find that type of strength really when you really learn who you are. And the only way to really learn who you are is to find people that are willing and able and strong enough to truly support you. And if you don't have those type of people in your life, that's where you have to educate yourself in some other way. And that's the blessings and the curses of social media, the blessings and the cursing. So if you watch a movie or you see somebody on social media or somebody talking, you feel like you start to know that person, and based on your perception and your realities, you're going to start to form your own opinions of those people, and you're either going to like them or you're going to hate them. However, all they are is a mirror reflection of you. So I made a conscious decision, and I said, I don't want anything in my life at all that is going to pull away and take from my mind. So like, even for example, like my phone, every person's phone, it's a personalized computer. It's everything that goes in your mind is shaping your brain. So I don't even want to see an advertisement or a message or subliminal thing at all if it's not going to move me forward, because that is why I don't think these counselors and these people are not helpful if you're just going in circles and just complaining. Like I want to feel like I'm accomplishing something. I want to feel every day I'm learning something. I want to feel every day I've helped somebody or something. I just had to really step back this year and help myself, because my whole life, now that I've really looked back, has been putting on this mask and wearing it to please other people, and it's completely exhausting. And that everybody does it, just in a different way, and it's just what type of person. When you leave the house and you go to work, you become a different person. We all have multiple personalities and different things, and these doctors are no different, and they're doing the same, and their prejudices are being put on us, and that's so wrong. When I've only ever given the world love, I don't understand why so much hate and anger and all of these things come at me. And you feel it a lot, and I'm tired of feeling it. I don't want that. I had to cut off the world because I wasn't seeing any good in it. And the last time that happened, I did try to kill myself. And I didn't want to kill myself. I've wanted to live. And I've been fighting to live for a very long time. And the system is not allowing me to live. It's not allowing me to express myself. It's not allowing me to do those things. And the flip side forces me to be more creative. And that's how human nature works. We become more inventive. That's where we become more scientific. And, for centuries, scientists and inventors and different things have been trying to rise above this broken system and this imbalance of power. And finally, I think we're going to do it, because the only way that we can do it is by breaking it all down and seeing where the cards lay, because we've been fighting and doing everybody else's job and enabling other people to be shitty, frankly, and we have to stop doing that, because the givers do that, and then that's not, I can't do that anymore. I just can't. I have to start standing up for myself as much as I've stood up for so many people. And just pray to God that what I started out to do is actually gonna make a difference in this world. Because I want to live, and I have not had an opportunity to. I have not had an opportunity to be myself. And I really want to be myself. I just had to find my worth. And I did. And that's why I don't want anyone or I don't want anyone in my life or around me, and it doesn't matter what category that is, whether it be business, whether it be romance, whether it be friendships, whether it be customers, whether it be social life, whatever. You name it, I don't want it around me. I deserve better than that. I do. Everyone does, but the people who haven't appreciated other people, frankly, it needs to change now. It really does. We all deserve to stand up for ourselves. So I said I would be the voice for the people who don't have one, for the people who felt so unloved and uncared for. I do want to open my arms to them and speak to them so that they know that somebody out there loves them and is thinking of them. So if you don't have anyone, use me. Please do it. You might not have me in person because I might be too broken or I need my space. But if you need somebody who is fighting for the greater good of humanity, and you want to believe in something bigger than yourself, and believe that somebody is listening, use me. Because I am.